Yo, what up? It's your boy Felix, and I'm working with the Hype Magazine and Shay Star.
Now I know why they call you pro.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's your girl, Vivica Fox, and you are watching ShayStar.com.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'm talking trips to Puerto Rico.
Say the word and we go. You can be my ego. And girl, I'll be your people, mama. I will never make a promise that I can't keep. Promise that your smile won't leave.
So if you guys been following the promo, you know I got two very special guests today, but I'm super elated about this first one because, honey, he has been making moves out here in these streets. I mean, all across, from coast to coast, he's just doing his thing. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to some and present to others, Felix. What up, what up, what up, what up? How you doing, though?
Right.
Okay, wait a minute. Am I good?
Nah, you straight.
Okay. We had a
I'm gonna watch you the whole
yeah,
time.
yeah. We had a whole Super Bowl nip slip earlier, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know.
It's
know?
all good.
Yeah, so we're here. But Felix, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm on a high right now from life. You know,
Yes.
God has been really good.
Yes, I mean, I'm very, very proud of you, man.
Thank you.
You know, come
Thank
from
you.
a small town like Monroe, Georgia.
Small town.
You know,
grew up with
who-
a pet pig. Like
Hey,
it's small
hey,
town.
See, I already know why he got where he got already. Like his energy is amazing.
Ah, thank you.
Very, very humble.
Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, sometimes people can get put in these situations in
Yeah.
these positions and they kind of forget where they came from.
But you can't. To me, like once again, like you said, you can't figure where you came from. But also, you got to know that it's been the love and support of people. You know what I'm saying? Like even so, they announced One Music Fest announced this morning that I was the one for this. They're searching for the one contest, and what got me that title, that win was the people that support me. So
Absolutely.
to me,
Yes.
and God is the light of my life. You know,
Yes,
destiny. This is the
yes.
reason why I'm able to do what I do. So you got to remain humble because as quick
Absolutely.
as you got it, you can lose it just as fast.
And you know what? I tell people that all the time. You'd be surprised. You know, y'all know I'll be in these clubs every night hosting or whatever. And, you know, I run across these artists who get upset when we don't
Yeah.
roll the red carpet. I'm like, first of all, bro, wait a minute. Nobody knows you. You don't have.
You got to earn that respect.
You know what I'm
You got to
saying?
earn that type of love.
know
You
what I
feel
mean?
me?
And it's not even like you gotta, put the little guys down, but you gotta have a certain level of humility when
Yeah.
you're doing stuff.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And just when I encounter people such as yourself who have, reached a certain plateau or have, gone to that next level that people only can dream of, for you to still be so humble and so giving and still willing to do things such as this, to me it's just like I see only but great things for you in your future.
Thank you.
For sure.
Appreciate
And I mean, not only that, I mean the talent is immaculate. Duh. If you guys don't know, this is Felix from the Four.
She trying to make me.
Hello.
Let me tell you, you made me feel good since I walked in the building. So I'm glad to be here, man. I appreciate you for having me.
Dope. Well, shout out to Lachelle Lane for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Lachelle.
She's definitely got me plugged in up
And
in
moving
this
and
thing.
shaking.
Yeah.
Happy to have her on the team.
So what has this journey been like for you? From a small town, like what has been some of those key or those core trials and tribulations that you've had to go through before we
Trials.
even got to where we are right now?
Trials. Well, the first step was to find somebody that I thought was serious with actually wanting to work in the music industry. So I thank God that I found my manager. Well, me and my manager ran into each other, found each other,
Awesome.
Anthony Khalil. So, because
Okay.
to me, it's not just one person.
Yeah.
It takes a
A
team.
whole team.
And
Yes, sir.
being in Atlanta, a lot of people talk a lot of good games. So for me to be able to
Yes.
find somebody that was actually serious, and Rick was like the first day, he was like, yeah, let's get in the studio, let's see if we can build. I'm like, all right, bro, call me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the next day
Gotta
we
feel
were
it,
in the
gotta feel it
studio
out.
recording. So
Awesome.
I'm like, what, if you can be serious, I can rock with you. So I would say trials and tribulations. Honestly, a lot of times I find like our biggest obstacles are like ourselves.
Yes.
And I'm a
Yes.
perfectionist, man. I'll sing the same line for hours. I will redo
I
this.
can see that. I can see that.
I just take what I do serious, you know,
Yes,
and
as you
you're
should, for
putting
sure.
yourself in front of millions of people. So it's like, I want to give the best me that I can give, but you know, you have to learn, I had to learn the concept of bless and release. Sometimes you got to know that, you know, you have a talent and you're at a certain level. Do the best that you can right now and just put it out there and move on to the next thing. So
I love that. Yeah.
I would say those would be the biggest trials and tribulations. And, you know, just navigating the industry.
Yeah.
Learning people, learning how to interact, network.
Yes.
But it's all a process. Like you gotta go through it to get to it. So.
Yes. Yeah. You better talk.
Hey, that was a quote right there.
Yeah.
I ain't never said that before.
You know, yeah,
I
you
said
gotta
it
go
first.
through it to get
You gotta
to it.
go through it to
know
get
what
to
I'm
it. You
saying?
feel me?
Yeah, I like that. But no, you know, and it's dope that you understand that early. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't get that.
Well, it's been a blessing, I'll say, working with Anthony, because like starting out, I was around like Ian Burt, Pebbles, I'm Tasha and Stone Staff, like people that have been in the industry and a few other people, but it's like been around so many old heads that have worked with number one that got their own plaques. You feel me? Like to be around them is you learn how not to bump your head on the wall because they're like, yo, I've been there, I've done that. Now you can go be stupid and do it if you want to, but to be around people that have been in the industry, it definitely helps you kind of be like, all right, if 4 people say it, don't do it. I guess I won't try.
And, you know, when you're learning from the OGs like Pebbles,
Yeah.
you know, someone who I looked up to highly, you know, at the beginning of my music career, you know, I was just like, that's
mind-blowing.
amazing, you know, to be able to have that type of insight.
Yeah.
Because when you go back to like the Babyface era and the New Jack Swing era, you know, the Teddy Rileys and the Pebbles and all of that right there, the Johnny Gills, the Stacey Lattisaws, like that's a whole different type of knowledge.
That game is serious.
I'm telling you.
I mean, it's 30-minute conversations turn into 3-hour conversations.
It.
Like, and it's
change
so,
your life.
Man, mind blowing.
Yeah.
Make you see the world just in my art in just a completely different way. Like it's wild. It's wild.
So what were some of the things that you had to do to get on the show? Like, what was that journey like? Can you talk about that?
Yeah, no, I can talk. Yeah,
cool.
Getting on the show. Well, I've had the chance to open for Puff at Essence Festival in front of like 90,000 people through Coca-Cola.
Amazing.
And I also performed at the Revolt conference. Scooter Braun pulled me on stage, and it turned into a commercial. So, you know, shameless plug. You know, I got a commercial on Revolt, whatever.
Absolutely.
But I felt that, and you know, my manager, you know, and my team had been working with Revolt and stuff. So, you know, those affiliations and ties, you know, we got hit up about the show. Thought it was an amazing opportunity. I love the fact that they were asking for actual like artists. It's not. Oh, I'm 45 and I burned down my house. Now, there's nothing wrong with starting your dream at 45. I'm giving a reference right now. My house burned down.
Oh, clearly, you know, we keep it all the way real right here. So, you know, you ain't got
I'm
to
just
apologize
saying,
for none of that.
I don't want to offend
real.
anybody, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of these shows, they go off of like storyline, like strictly storyline. Now I get it's TV and you want to sell, but all right, cool. But you know that what they were most interested in was just the actual artist, like my music. Me actually taking my artistry serious, so that was the main thing for the show. So to be on it, and you know, like I said, to have opened for Puff and performed in front of so many people at the Revolt conference, and to be on stage for him to be like, "Yo, your voice is extremely special. These are one of the best challengers to ever to come onto the show."
It's awesome.
For me, like you said, trials and tribulations, obstacles, working on yourself, working on your craft, like. And I, you know, once again, you know, just a humble brag to go on the stage and execute flawlessly. Yeah, you work towards that. You know what I'm saying? You work towards it. Yeah. And I'm getting chills right there.
I'm saying you got to feel the moment because you when you are just a little boy, you can only imagine and dream of those.
I remember
type of things,
my first major performance at a festival back in Monroe. It was called the Crepe Myrtle Festival. Okay, and I remember auditioning for it and. The day came for me to perform, and I didn't go to sleep that night. Like, the night before, I would stay with one of my homeboys. We didn't go to sleep. We were young. It's probably like 12 or so, whatever. Yeah. But, and the next day I got on stage, and, like, my voice is cracking. It just wasn't a good performance. But to go from when I actually started to getting on stage to having a legend say, and to me, Puff is a living legend.
Absolutely.
You know, everybody want to give you your roses when you're gone, but I'm going to give them out now. Living legend.
Absolutely, yes.
And to prepare, and it's just like the blood, sweat, and tears. Like, when they say you have to love that part more than like the lights in the show,
yeah.
because it takes a lot to get to the lights in the show to have a good time. Like you can get to the show, but if you're not prepared, you got a blessing before you actually being prepared for it, then it's really going to be a curse. So when preparation and opportunity meet and it's fun,
yes,
I'm starting to really like love,
and you love what it is that you're doing. That's like one of the best things that I tell people. When you can get up every day, like it is a blessing that I'm able to get up and do this every single day, you know. And then when you're not chasing a check, you know what I'm saying, you're just doing what you absolutely love and you're just passionate about that, you know. And then because the money's gonna come eventually. If you work hard enough, it's gonna come eventually. But when you're able to just do this to the point where it's impacting and changing not only your life but the people's lives around you, that's amazing. You know what I mean? Because think about, you know, like what Mr. Reed just said. You know, it's people who's glued to that TV screen every week.
They
waiting for that to come on.
They die hard for it.
And would you ever imagine that you were a part of somebody's kick my feet up, you know, eat dinner with my family moment, you know, every night that you were on that show?
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's having people hit me up. I remember this girl hit me up she DM'd me on Instagram. She was like, I've never cried watching an artist like just sing on Instagram. And I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like to know that you can impact somebody like that.
Yes.
And you like you said, you know, growing up and watching these other shows and you look at it and you're just like, oh dang, I want to, you know, that'd be dope.
Yes.
And to be on it, I honestly couldn't even really tell you how it all played out on stage. It felt like five seconds.
I believe it.
It was just kind of a blur, but I know like running off the stage when I finished, Fergie was like, I know Tevin Campbell, like you did his song justice. Like I'm so proud of you.
That's
like,
amazing to hear that. You know what I mean? That is super dope. And to have somebody like Fergie who's had that type of success to, you know, compare you to the person whose song that you just murdered, completely executed, you know, flawlessly on stage. That's just amazing. And you know, for now, this announcement with One Music Fest, you know, so let's talk about that a little bit. How did that come about, and how did you feel when you got that call?
Actually, that's what I woke up to this morning. Like, Andrew called, he was like, so they announced the winner. I was like, oh,
okay.
Was it me?
Yeah, right? Like, did I win?
You're calling me. I'm hoping you're going to start my day off right, or you're going to start it off another way.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
I'm from Atlanta. Well, I'm from Georgia.
You're from Atlanta.
I'm from
Atlanta. Atlanta.
So you know how it feels to grow up around something or to go to something so often.
Yes.
And look at it and be like, I could only imagine
what it would be like to be there. Yeah.
So to go from last summer to releasing my single Thought with Empire and it, you know, getting over 1 million streams, to being on the show, to traveling across the world, to entertaining certain conversations, you know, and just to further my career, and then to be on the stage, like I said earlier, it's the blood, sweat, and tears. It's feeling like, damn,
it's
like,
coming. It's coming.
It's coming. It's
that
happening.
That work is them seeds that you sowed.
That's it. Come on, man. And see, I was just about to destiny. Like I had a revelation earlier today, and I thought about. I was like, I wonder if somebody asked me if I had like advice for like. Not even just an artist, somebody pursuing something. I would say when you really have to find the purpose of why you're doing it.
Absolutely.
And I've heard that for years, but I've never really to know it and understand it is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
So to know that like my purpose and my destiny is to change the world with my gift.
Yes.
Every opportunity, like it makes it better. So to be on the stage with Miguel, Cardi B, and a host of other amazing people, it's wild because on a lot of these stages, like I just opened for K Michelle, not even open for. I was actually had my own trailer. I was headlining with K Michelle, Genuine.
Yeah, put that out there like that. Boo.
You gotta change. You gotta change those words. The boy had his own trailer.
I was on the ticket. I was on the bill.
I'm on the bill with K Michelle, Genuine, Music Soul Child, and still and a bunch of other people. But to be as peers with these people, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. It takes time. We were all, you know, starting our careers at one point, but to be a peer on the stage at this point.
And equal. You know what I'm saying? And equal.
Equal.
You know
Having people, I mean, like a year down the road, like saying, the only reason I came back to this festival was because you're performing again. Wow. And they still hit me up like, I can't stop listening to your music. Like, you did better than all of the, that was on the show. You know what I'm saying? So to rock the stage and be compared to 5 other mainstream artists and having multiple people be like, look, we left after you finished.
Yeah. You're the new wave. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people,
might wanna hop
either
on
you're
it.
going to ride the wave or you're going to get splashed.
You're going to get smacked by the
Either
wave.
way,
One of them.
you're going to get wet.
It's gonna be-
So it
you
don't
gonna get wet
matter.
either
You're going
way.
to get wet either way. It don't matter.
All right, let me check.
You know?
Make sure you good. You're right.
Yeah, am I good? Yeah, I'm not
You
popping
all
out.
right.
I'm
We good,
okay.
we
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Because I told you we had a little issue earlier.
Look, hey.
But I'm trying to get it right. Yeah,
I don't want you.
got me right.
I want you to get in trouble.
No. Yeah, we don't want them.
good.
We don't need them issues at all. Okay. But no. I love your spirit. I love
Thank
your
you.
humility. I just love the fact that you get it. Because so many people, especially our generation, they do not
it's
get
hard.
it. You know
It's
what I'm
hard.
saying? Like, this is such a microwave society.
It's hard.
Instagram, Snapchat.
Yeah.
The bullshit,
Yeah.
I'm just calling it for what it is.
Yeah.
People just don't understand that this does not happen overnight.
But it's hard because of like the psychology of people. Like if you're scrolling and looking at Instagram all day and you're comparing yourself to
That's
people's
all you know.
highlights,
Yeah.
you look because I feel like we all guilty of it.
Yeah,
I'm guilty of it myself.
Me too.
It's
I'm
time.
like, wait a minute.
That's it. Let me put my phone down.
Yeah,
Let me go
yeah.
do something because I feel like
Yeah.
everybody's posting like their wins, and you can get caught up in whatever you feeding yourself. That's what
Yeah.
you're gonna start to believe.
It's so funny because if you follow me on Instagram, I actually just made a post about that yesterday, and it was just like it was like you can't allow people to have the pleasure to dwell in your shortcomings and your insecurities.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to put on that face and smile throughout whatever it is that we got going on. Because the
Yeah.
minute you put, oh, I had a bad day or this happened, you're just inviting those people who are praying for your downfall to
making them
dwell
feel good.
right on up in that mess
Yeah.
right there. And it's just like, you got to. Don't do that.
That's it.
That don't matter what you're going through. You smile and you celebrate those wins, but you embrace those losses as well.
Yeah.
So you're going to be all right.
I'm
You're
already
going to be
all
all
right.
right. Say, yeah, you all right with me. You all right with me for sure. But you know what I tell you? You're going to have to pay for the rest of this, honey. Okay? So, follow him. Let them know where they can get all of your music, where they can
You can follow
download
me
it, whatever,
at
all of
Felix
that.
Music, FELIXX Music. Make sure you go to felixmusic.com. I actually just dropped a new single, Language.
Hey.
I shot the video in Malibu. This is my first time in
Uh-oh.
Malibu.
Turn up then, okay.
You can go to felixmusic.com. The video's there. It's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at One Music Fest September 8th through the 9th.
Yes.
Both days.
You're
I'm
gonna be
also
there
at Taste
both
of
days?
Soul
Yes.
the September 2nd,
Okay.
Sunday. And I'll be in South Carolina August 31st.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if there are some extra passes, for that
see what I can
performance,
do
you know
for
what
you,
I'm
you know.
saying?
I can
We
see what
want
I
to
can
come
do.
with bells and whistles on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm gonna see what we can do about the radio station too, for sure.
Let me know.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So you can wake up with me every day, 6 to 10 on Power 107.1.
You heard
know
it
what
here.
I'm saying? And hopefully we can work something out for the homie right here, because these folks need to know what's going on for
know
sure.
what's going on,
Yeah,
yeah.
you got to know what's going on. It's homecoming season, so I'm gonna see what we could do for sure. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Like I said, if you didn't pay for it, well, we got to go. So you're gonna have to find it
We
on
out.
YouTube or something. I got another guest on the way, so y'all keep it locked right here. Hype Magazine headlines, your girl Shay Star, the one and only Felix. Make sure y'all follow him, Felix Music.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
that way. We out of here. Peace.